What's going on, Planet S.O.N family? It's your main man, JD. Thank you for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button for me. This is Drinks with JD.
Because going back to the conversation you have with your barber, it's confidential, you know, like it's really not meant to get out. Mm-hmm. It's not meant for anybody else to hear. It's just you and your barber shooting the shit.
Okay.
And it was supposed to be me and my barber.
Yes.
But then when he left, I was stuck. I was like, should I change the name? Yeah. Like, how do I even go about that? Like, and I looked it up and it's kind of a mess. Mm-hmm. You know, you have to, like, you just like starting all over again, you know? And I was like, I'm just going to keep it.
Yeah.
And I put a poll out and they were like, nah, keep it. It's a cool name. It's a cool name.
No, yeah, it's a dope name. Oh, at first, I thought you were a barber.
Everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, but just so everybody know, you're not a barber.
I'm not a barber. Everybody's like, where do you cut hair at? I was like, I don't. Yeah. That's how I know sometimes if they don't watch or listen before they come. Yeah. They'll be like, oh, so you're a barber? And I'm like, you've never even listened to it. So, which I'm not offended, but it's just like, now I know, you know.
Okay. So what are your goals with the podcast? Like, where do you see it in 5 years?
If I'd be surprised if I'm still doing it in 5 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Well, first, I guess, what's the goal?
I think about quitting that shit every day.
Really? Yeah. All right, you know, let's hit on that. Why?
I don't know, man. Like, cause you know, it's natural. Like, as much as I try to fight it and not compare myself to like other podcasts.
Like who? Like, why do you do that to yourself?
I don't know, man. Yeah. It's the competitive in me still.
Really?
Yeah.
So are you in competition with somebody?
Myself. Okay. Nobody in particular.
Yeah.
But it's just like, man, I want it to do better. And so when it like does this like up and down, you know, I question it a lot. Like, I think every day I ask my wife, should I just stop?
Really?
Like, no, babe, you like it, you enjoy it, I know, but it's not doing nothing, you know, like, I don't know, I just get in my head. And so 5 years, man, dude, I would be genuinely surprised. Like, I want to, you know what I mean? As long as it doesn't affect me in my home. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, as long as it's not like costing me more than it gives me, then I'll keep doing it. Because I really do enjoy having these random conversations with people.
So what makes you feel like you're losing the competition? I
don't feel like I'm losing the competition because it's all relative, right? Other people have more subscribers, you know, like, if, like, for instance, there's this podcast, it's these two girls and they talk about, like, you know, like, whole shit, whatever. It's like,
it's gonna pop.
It's gonna pop. Yeah. Like, you know, some shit we can't compete with. Like,
yeah, of course.
So, it's not that I'm comparing myself to them, but I do want mine to do better because I feel like I do have good content. But it's like, how do I get it? You know, how do I get it to, you know, do a little bit better? But yeah, man, I question it every day. But that's just me. You know.
Now, I know that you know, some people use different methods. Like, let's say, you know, I know people, you know, who have 100,000 subscribers, right? But let's say when they go live or something, right? It's always like 200 live viewers, and it's like it doesn't add up. You know what I'm saying? Whereas in 200K, like, yeah, you can see the number, but is it inflated? You know what I'm saying?
That's another thing. Like, am I comparing myself to fake things? You know, like, damn, they got that many, and then you look at the views or whatever, you're like, it's not adding up. You know, so I do take that into account. Like, man, whatever. I don't know. I don't want to judge. I don't want to assume they're, you know, pumping their channel or their views, but yeah, I just get down on myself sometimes on it. You know, like, if it's an episode, like, sometimes when I really liked it, it's like the numbers are like whatever. And if it's one that I was like, oh, that's whatever, and then boom, and it's like, what is it? Is it the guests? Is it their friends that really just want to, you know, support them, and they're like, I'm gonna watch? Or do they see the cover and they're like, oh, she looks cool, or he looks cool, like, I'm gonna pop in? So I'm still trying to figure that out.
No doubt.
But
you know what? Something I heard, I guess, just something that I keep in mind as well, and maybe this will probably help you with that. Is I remember Charlemagne the God. He was saying, well, I like Charlemagne. Like, well, before COVID, I guess. I used to be a major fan before COVID, just because, I don't know, I just started growing out of the Breakfast Club era for myself. Like I read his books and stuff like that.
I
like
read
the
it
guy.
too. I liked it.
Yeah. No, he's.
What is it? Shook one?
Yeah, Shook ones, and also.
I didn't read the Black Privilege.
Yeah, the Black
Privilege. I read
Privilege,
the Shook one. That was a good one.
Okay,
the one about his anxiety and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And no, I enjoyed the Black Privilege one better. But
oh, did you?
Yeah.
I haven't read that. I haven't read it yet.
No doubt. No, it's pretty cool. I liked it.
About that book you told me about too.
Contagious.
Yeah, but
Jonah Berger, right? Jonah Berger. Yeah. Did you read it?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty cool. But okay, so let's say, Charlemagne, how he was saying, if you're counting on your guest to be your show, then you don't have a show. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that you as Jonah, right, the host, like I said, like, even with me, like people don't know JD on Drinks with JD. So yes, I'm also trying to work on that. Like I'm trying to like, put out little videos of just stuff that I like, just stuff that I like. Maybe like review an album or something that, one of my favorite albums. And what I'm trying to say is that that's why you should throw more stuff about yourself on there, because we want you. You know what I'm saying? Like we want you, and it's your show. You know what I'm saying? So we just want to talk about you, and who cares about your guests? Even if you have the biggest artist there, it's like it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like we're there to watch the Barbershop Confidential, not the guest.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we want to watch you. I don't know. I just wanted to share that. Well, I know it's like a long thing, but
share a lot. So like if they're telling me, like I try to relate to them, and like maybe if I had a similar experience, I share it. So like I was saying, like a lot of people know a lot about me and don't know me, like have never met me, but they know intimate things about me. So I'm hoping that they tune in because I make them laugh or I'm somewhat entertaining. So I don't know.
Okay. So what's your least favorite aspect of podcasting?
The least favorite aspect of podcasting. Sometimes, I don't want to say like the guests, but sometimes the convos. Okay. Yeah.
How so?
Because while I don't take notes and I don't, have a whiteboard with a bunch of stuff to talk about, I throughout the day.
Who does that?
Loser shit, No, I'm like,
I have a whiteboard behind. That's why he's saying. With my notes.
Throughout the day, I'm thinking like, all right, I want make sure you talk about this, and then I'll forget in the middle of the conversation. So then I'll be like, damn, I didn't even want to like go talk about what I wanted to, or. But honestly, I could probably count with one hand how many conversations I didn't enjoy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
But now, the least favorite, probably the editing takes forever. And like when it was audio, it was a little easier, but then it was like the video. So then I had to like figure out how I'm gonna do that. And the intro and the audio is different from the intro and the video. So I had to like, it took a while. Now I got it down, but still the whole process of like editing is kind of a pain.
Okay. Has anybody ever asked you to edit something out?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah. I had a military girl and she was popping off on political things. She was like, if you don't mind. I'm like, yeah. As long as they tell me in time, I don't mind.
Okay. Now, what's your favorite part about podcasting?
The combos. Like the genuine fun, like where I'm laughing and having a good time and I could be comfortable around them. Those are my favorite parts.
Okay. All right, man. So, sorry, my bad. Whatever, my little whiteboard. Whatever. Anyway. All right, man. So without saying any names, right? What are some of the craziest experiences from, let's say, behind the scene or in front of the camera that you had filming your podcast?
Filming or just the podcast in general?
You know what? Let's just anything.
I had one guest. I never posted the episode.
Yeah.
She was getting death threats from a church.
Wow.
Yeah.
How so? What do you mean?
And she was doing. I 100% can't remember exactly, but she had beef with the church, and like the church put death threats on her. And she was talking about it. Like she was talking about why. I can't remember exactly, but she was just like being anti-Christian or something. But she was claiming that the church was putting like death threats on her, and she had to put a restraining order on the pastor. And
that's intense.
Yeah, like she was like, and then how she met her husband. Same person was like, I met my husband in the middle of a threesome with my ex-husband. I was like, yo, it was just crazy.
And she was just saying it.
But like, I was looking at her, I was like, never in a million years would I thought this would come from her. And I never posted it just because I was like, man, I don't know. Like, she really got beef with the church. I think it was a Catholic church, not the Christian church. It was a religion she had beef with.
How do you feel when people open up to you like that?
I'm happy they feel comfortable.
Yeah.
But some things we need to keep, to ourselves.
Yeah. Now, did you ever stop them?
No, never.
Like, would you ever stop?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah. I've had people say things, and I'm just like, all right, Yeah. Freedom of speech, you can say whatever you want. So that's one thing in college I learned from, I took this human sexuality class, and the teacher was like, you guys can say whatever you want. Nothing's off limits. Understand that there's consequences for everything you say. I won't do nothing to you, but doesn't mean that leaving this class, somebody may not tell you something. He's like, but you can say whatever you want. Like, anything goes here. Just remember there's consequences to whatever you say. So that kind of stuck with me in life. So it's like, they can say whatever they want. Like, I may not check them or say nothing, but if somebody hears this, they might have an issue. But, like, that was on you. You said what you said.
Does that happen more often? Like, where, like, people try to make you, or people regret it?
Oh, yeah, man.
Now, would you ever take it down?
I
like, just stuff like, without the restraining orders or, stuff like that.
So,
like church-wise.
I've taken down 2.
Okay.
Upon request.
Okay.
And here's the crazy thing. So there were 2 individual people, man and woman. Fun conversations. The girl was telling me about her whole life, her whole stories or whatever. The guy was telling me about his whole life, his whole stories. Fun conversations. I had a great time with them. For all I know, they were great people. They started dating. Based off listening to or watching it.
Yeah.
Like, he would be like, yo, I'm talking to a girl. I was like, word?
Yeah.
Didn't you?
That's some tea.
You heard, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. She was like, I'm dating him. I was like, you heard his episode, right? She was like, yeah. I was like, cool, Cupid moment.
Yeah.
Good for you. And then randomly they're like, yo, do you mind? It's like, oh, my God, bro. So I'm guessing they probably got arguments, like, because not to sound controversial or anything, but we don't want, like, it's cool if our person has a past. There's no issue with that, right? Whatever, lo que no se mi año no me hace daño. But you don't want your boys to know that. You don't want your family to know what kind of past they had. Like, if you share that with them, that's cool. But you don't want the world to know that your girl was, like, out here busting it open. Or you don't want your friends to know that your man was low-key a hoe. So I feel like that became an issue. And it was just like, yo, please. And to the point where I was just kind of like, whatever. Like, I really don't care. So I took it.
All right.
Had I not known them more personal, in a more personal aspect, I would have left it. Because I've had people tell me too, like, yo, can you take note? You said what you said. Sorry. Should have thought about that.
Yeah.
Just because I knew them more personally, I took them down. But yeah, it's like, man, dude.
That's crazy.
But I always ask them, like, you cool with everything you said? Yeah. All right. So,
and then all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Now, do you make people sign contracts?
I do when I remember.
Okay.
I do have a release form.
Okay.
But now what I do, if I forget that, I have a backup. I send them a picture and it says, you understand, you're going to be on a podcast, it's going to go up. Please acknowledge before we continue, and I take a screenshot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you have a dream guest?
No.
Not anybody you love, like, you're just like, yo, I want this person.
I was just talking to my last, well, it hasn't come out yet, but I don't care for celebrities. So I don't have a celebrity. I'm like, oh,
not even a 49er? Brock Purdy?
That's another one. I tell my wife all the time, like, while I do enjoy them being, like, those players being on the team, I don't get attached because I know the NFL. Okay. They're gone the next year. And it's like, man, I bought that jersey for nothing. Like, so I don't get attached. Like, I appreciate them while they're there, but once I know, money talks, they're going to leave, then, they're not a Niner anymore. So I don't get attached to to players. I'm the team.
Yeah.
Whoever's on the team, that's who I'll rock it with.
Okay.
Once they're gone, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you have a dream podcast to be on?